When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. What the superior man seeks is in himself, what the small man seeks is in others. To be able under all circumstances to practice 5 things constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 things are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. To see what is right, and not to do it, is one of courage or of principle. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. Men's natures are alike, it is their habits that carry them far apart. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the 3 universally recognized moral qualities of men. He who exercises government by means of his virtue, may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place and all the stars turn towards it. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. He who speaks without modesty, will find it difficult to make his words good. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? It is easy to hate, and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon and star. If you look into your own heart, and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? If I am walking with 2 other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. He with whom neither slander that gradually soaks into the mind, nor statements that startle like a wound in the flesh, are successful may be called intelligent indeed. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. The man who moves a mountain, begins by carrying away small stones. Virtuous people often revenge themselves for the constraints, to which they submit by the boredom which they inspire. He who acts with a constant view to his own advantage, will be much murmured against. Those who cannot forgive others, breaks the bridge over which they themselves must pass. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her/him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. If you think in terms of a year, plant a seed; if in terms of 10 years, plant trees; and if in terms of 100 years, teach the people. The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. No matter how busy you may think you are, you must find time for reading, or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. There are 3 methods to gaining wisdom. The first is a reflection, which is the highest. The second is a limitation, which is the easiest. The third is experience, which is the bitterest. Death and life have their determined appointments; riches and honors depend upon heaven. When a person should be spoken with, and you don't speak with them, you lose them. When a person shouldn't be spoken with and you speak to them, you waste your breath. The wise do not lose people, nor do they waste their breath. Give a bowl of rice to a man, and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice, and you will save his life. Old age, believe me, is a good and pleasant thing. It is true you are gently shouldered off the stage, but then you are given such a comfortable front stall as spectator. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for motivating and life-changing quotes every week.